Yo, 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 what's up, guys? This is Joe from AC. Today I got JC Chozen, Jay Chozen here with me again. We're rocking episode 6. This is the Optimistic Knicks fan, and this is the most optimistic Knicks fan channel on YouTube. We're always here, the ones saying it first. I've been saying this team's got fight, man. I've been saying this team's got grit. So, it all started, man, a long, long time ago when we lost in that playoff game with Carmelo Anthony for me, and I've been a diehard ever since, and I've just been waiting for us to get back in the playoffs so we could get that finals appearance. I want to see the Knicks win a chip. I think it's about time. So, JC, without further ado, Jay Chozen, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's
Let's
go.
go. Go New York. Go New York. Go. No doubt. First of all, Joe, I appreciate you the invite again. I had a great time with you the first time. Yeah, no doubt that I go even further back to watching Charles Smith try to put up 7 layups that just wouldn't. He was fighting, and if he made just one, we would have won in '94. We would have won. Uh, we were one in '99. Ewing doesn't get hurt. So yeah, it seems like there's something that happens, but right now that doesn't feel like it, does it?
Nah, man. I mean, right now I feel like the whole fan base is kind of split in a sense. You had your group of fans that were very pessimistic about what's going to happen. Then you had people like us that were like really knowing like what the deal was. And then you kind of had the people on the fence, the in-betweeners. So,
Yeah,
you know, I want to say on this channel, you're getting authentic takes because we were here saying it first, man, you know?
definitely,
So,
100%.
at the end of the day, like everybody can have their pessimistic takes and say, "Oh, the Knicks, they're no good. They're not beating the Pistons, yada yada yada." But I'm just gonna let them know that this Knicks team is operating on a whole different cylinder. Like we are the best team version of this team that we've been all season, and it's happening at the perfect time. This is exactly what we needed. The stars are aligning. OG Anunoby's having his breakout playoffs that he's ever had in his career. He's been wanting to
Yeah,
go off in the playoffs, so this is finally it. He's finally doing it. Karl Anthony Towns, he's been to these Eastern Conference Finals, but he hasn't gotten further than that. You know what I'm saying? With the Knicks,
right,
anyway.
right.
So it's really sentimental for him to get past the ECF because he remembers losing. You know?
Yeah, of course. And then we remember it from last year. Not only the fans, but I'm talking about like uh, Jalen and the whole team basically who was here from last year. Um, you know, when you're marching upwards, there's only one more, and there's only one more plateau to reach. You got to get there, and there's only so many times you have the opportunity to do so. So I really believe that this is our year in 100% because not only are we healthy and totally healthy, because I'll explain that in a moment, but we are rolling and destroying and taking over arenas while we do it. Right now, we're looking like. I mean, it's so weird for me to say this stuff, Joe. Like we're the team to beat. We're the
I
team to
just think it
beat.
was crazy seeing all the fans, like all the Knicks fans in the Sixers arena, and it was just like a total takeover. Like it was
Right,
a lot crazier than I expected. Like I thought it was going to be kind of crazy, but I
right.
didn't know it was going to be to the levels that it was. And that was kind of like a shock and awe moment for me, kind of like, yo, like we're we're about to take over. like Nick Nation, like a flood. It's like a zombie apocalypse, man, but with Knicks fans.
World War Z, right? Just come back
Straight
with
up, man.
yeah, World War Knicks.
And I
Yeah,
think the first domino to fall was J.R. Smith, if that makes any sense.
yeah, he definitely was when he going backwards sometimes. Or I remember
But
him getting yelled at for shooting a basketball in the other hoop during a break. J.R. Smith, one of the best athletes, so pure athletes I've seen come through the Knicks system. Had hops like nobody else, but um, definitely Looney Tunes. The we know about the fact that the captain is clutch. We know that we have a power forward slash center. I mean, let's be honest. Cat's a power forward, uh, who plays center, and he's good at it. And we have a defensive center who's amazing at it, but not really an offensive person. But that doesn't matter because we have one. We have Hart with all the energy, and we have McHale with all the defense, and now he's scoring again. And OG thus far has been unbelievable. But it's people like that young man facing us from Brooklyn who had a dream to be a basketball player, who probably was told by a who know amount of people, bro, look at your height.
yeah, right. Look at his height.
Right, look
So
at your height.
can't believe it, man.
Try baseball. You know what I mean? Try handball. Basketball's not for you, bro. And he was like, get out of here. Watch. And now he's Grand Theft Auto Alvarado, bro.
Yeah, I just give him a
Pesky.
lot of credit for being able to come here and do what he's done, you know?
Right.
And salute to the Knicks front office as well because they found this kid and they saw that he had potential and he could fill a void that we needed, which was a backup point guard because they didn't have the faith in Tyler Kolek. They didn't have the faith in McBride to be a point guard. So they went for the right move, I think, and they used that cap space to go after a real backup point guard that can play good defense. So,
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. You know that
like,
that's such a big thing that to have an actual point guard because McBride and Kolek is an actual point guard. Guy 4 years in 5 years in college. If you go check what he did,
but JC, let me ask
and
some, like, who's talking about this right now, right? Like, besides us, because
no,
like
no,
nobody,
nobody,
dude.
nobody.
Because everyone just assumes that our point guard rotations and our depth is fine. There's probably nothing wrong with it because we have Jalen Brunson. But no, like we have point guards that really like Tyler Kolek. I love him. I think he's a great player and he should get burned. But let's face it, he's a G League player, right?
Yeah,
And
right
then
now,
we have McBride, who, let's face it again, he is not a point guard. He's a shooting guard. He shoots
right,
threes. He wants to be off
right,
ball.
right.
So for the
I don't
Knicks
even
front
like when he's
office,
dribbling.
yeah, exactly. So for the Knicks front office to come out after the trade deadline when they knew we needed some backup, and for them to get Alvarado, it's very
Yeah.
reminiscent of the year when we went back and we got Derrick Rose at the trade deadline. I don't know if you remember that year.
I do, because we had the differences. We had to part with people I didn't want to part with this year, and it was, uh, I think, an even easier, smoother, and a hometown story. So like it was like a whole thing bunched together, and he's very efficient as a backup point guard. You know,
I
It,
just love
it
the way
definitely
that he
has
gets
some
those steals,
roles.
man. The way that he's able to
Yeah,
like sneak
man.
in and grab the ball. Like, not many players are doing that. Like, who's doing that?
Not many, like you said, not many. I try to look. I'm thinking about it. Maybe McHale on an occasion. What McHale does better is like you know, will block you from going the lane you want to go. He
Yeah,
can
but
strip a ball.
Jay,
He could
McHale's
definitely do
making
all
$20
that.
million a year. Deuce and these other guys, they're not making that
That's
much
a good
money.
point.
Alvarado, how much is Alvarado making? 7 million, if that. I'd be surprised if he's making 7 million.
7 million? No way. Not even half. I don't think 7 million, but maybe I'd have to look that up. I'd have to look
It's
that up
probably like
because
it's probably less than
two
Jordan
points.
Clarkson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, probably like 2 point something, if anything. Because I'll tell you another person that is very important to this team that chose us that I think that the guy, and from what I heard also was offered more other places is Clarkson, right? And he gets 1 point something $1 million. And I know Alvarado was a big part of what New Orleans was doing. New Orleans? Was that where he came from, right? New Orleans? Um, that he was a big part of that, but they were the last place team, you know what I mean? So he was a big part of like nothing really.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to our depth in general, I just think our personnel just outclasses so many other teams. Like
Yeah, 100%.
we are just superior in so many facets of the game.
Right.
So it's like, you know, but yeah, salute to Jose Alvarado, man. This guy has really changed the game for us. And every year I've seen like at the trade deadline, we usually come out with some kind of move where it helps us. So we got to salute the front office. We got to salute Leon Rose because at the end of the day, this all started with Leon Rose.
Oh yes, this is a Leon Rose uh painting. You know what I'm saying? Like he put everything together in the proper place of the puzzle pieces properly in the right places. You know what I mean? And you're right. When you go out
Because
and you get what you see that you need a point guard, but maybe Kolik's not ready, so you go get a young scrappy guy who's originally from Brooklyn, and families in Brooklyn, and he comes and performs the way he does. That's master GMing. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I just love the way that he is such a good defensive player. I mean, he can also hit the three. We've seen him get wide open and drain some shots. So,
That
you know,
facts,
he's got a
facts.
he's got a little bag.
Yeah,
So,
he's got a great handle. Number one, he's got a great handle. Number two, he can pick your pocket quick.
but let's not
Number
forget who the one getting in everyone's face was in this playoff so far. It was Alvarado.
Yeah, well, Alvarado. uh, I won't mention it, but Alvarado, coupled with a far larger man, doesn't matter who, in the beginning of the year, who started it and wished that he didn't with this young man. This young man has a background in boxing, a background in Brooklyn. He is definitely not to be messed with. And when you got a pit bull like that, a, a pit bull, and he let off his that leash to go, man, he does, and he really, really is a big part of it. I mean, take the last game for instance, right? He comes in for 10 minutes, and he drops seven. He gets 3 boards, one steal and an assist in 10 minutes. 7 points, 3 boards, a steal and an assist in 10 minutes.
Yeah, I just
Right?
think there's certain Knicks that come into the franchise and they just become forever Knicks. Like
Hundred
look at like
percent.
Ron, look at Ron Baker and like um there's so many of them to name. Like
Yeah,
little
they really
point
are.
guards that come in and just make an impact. I mean, even Derrick Rose, he'll be a Knick for life.
Yeah, oh yeah. For me, I love Derrick Rose. When Derrick Rose first came out, I was in awe of what he could do. And even when he was here, he was just he was it. You're right. How about Nate Robinson? Nate Robinson would come out. He would do all these spectacular things. He would dunk at 4'6". you know,
Jeremy Lin.
I was gonna just say Jeremy Lin became a sensation overnight, winning games at the buzzer, in the forum, against the Lakers. Just
Jason Kidd.
amazing stuff. Jason Kidd, yeah, Jason Kidd came with the resume though. You know what I mean? And he played well for us, really well for us. So that's a great call. Jason Kidd is a great call.
You just see it so many times. The one time I really did not like the acquisition, and it seemed like a star was just hunting to get a team to get money, kind of thing. And I think you might even
Yeah,
know where I'm going with this,
I think
but
so.
it's a guy out of Charlotte, if you remember.
Yep,
Uh,
I
no,
do. Oh yeah, I remember.
who was it?
Uh, the name escapes me. I see his face.
It starts with a Kemba.
Oh yeah, Kemba Walker. Walker, that's who it was. I couldn't remember the first name. Yeah, Kemba Walker. Yeah, they
That
chased
was
after.
the
Yeah,
most
that
disappointing
was.
signing ever, I think, in Knicks
Yeah.
history for me, because he was supposed to have
No, the
all
funny
this
part,
promise.
right? Which he did
And
years before. That's the problem. You know. Back in the days, the Knicks were known for picking up, old all stars or broken all stars, and Kemba Walker was a like reminiscent of that. You know, look at that follow through though from Alvarado right here. Boom,
boom.
Candy. Yeah, that Kemba Walker one was definitely. It was a rough time in during our Knicks fandom.
Hold on, real quick,
Those two
JC.
guys.
1 second, JC. All right, you're back in. I'm sorry, just a little static. I heard. I wanted to reset it. Go ahead.
Okay, are we static free?
It's still a little bit, but that's all right. Keep going. No problem.
Okay, let me see if I can move a little bit. All right. That picture right there is the energy of our team.
Oh,
The
absolutely, man.
I and I will always say this. I know it's a pun. I know it's fun to say, but number three is the heart of the New York Knicks. He the
Yeah, he's
the,
just
the way he gets
yeah.
rebounds at that height.
I
Oof.
just love the way that he got those steals in the playoffs when we really
Yeah,
needed
agreed.
we needed a momentum shift, and he came up with them steals, and it was like there was no other way this was going to go besides us winning at that point. It seemed like, you know. So
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
that's
I agree
hustle
with
and
you.
heart that we need to take the energy out of the other teams. That's what I've been saying. Like we need these type of hustle plays, like lob threats, and just these little things. They add up and they make such a difference in a game. You have no idea. And when you're playing a
Yeah,
player like let's be, for example, Jaylen Brown, like that guy can go off, but if he's not feeling it, he stinks. And if you're putting it on them, he clams up, especially with momentum plays like lob threats to Mitchell Robinson. You get these guys in the other team that start clamming up, you'll see a motorcade turn into no motorcade.
Exactly. Veering off on a side street. So, yeah, I'm
Yeah, I
with you
mean,
on that. I'm 100% with you on that. Yeah, and he's funny. I mean, you're looking at the high energy, scrappy, bull, you know, bully ball.
but you know one thing about Alvarado that I'll give him credit for, he understands that this is a team sport, and when you play with your team, that means you can unlock other players. And guess who he unlocked for us? Boom, Big
There
Bodega
he
Cat.
is. Yep, sure does. He plays fantastic with the big guys.
Bodega Cat, man, he has taken such a step this playoffs. He's making some of the greatest passes I've ever seen. He is
Yep.
so tuned in. He's got great vision on the court. He can do that little chicken wing when he drives to get to the basket,
Yeah.
and it's just getting through all the
100%.
defenders. He could draw the foul. You know, sometimes he'll just play as a hub and just stand there, let the defense move around, try to get them to stop a pass. But once they move around, he's just going to see an open shot and he's going to take it. And we've seen it.
100%. And I'm going to add this, and I got to give him props for this. His defense has stepped up. You know,
Oh,
he is,
yes,
you know,
absolutely.
he's bought into the defense. And I think that is such a big deal. You know, this whole crap about, him not fitting in with the Villanova boys and not feeling part of the team, that was nonsense. Really, all he wanted to do is be part of the offense in a different way. And there were fans saying, "Oh, we don't want him to start from the top." And now that we're feeding the cat
Feed the
and
bodega.
operating through him, life
Absolutely.
has changed.
Yeah, man. It's important, you know, like we got to have him run this offense. We got to have him the focal point because when he's the primary concern of the opposing coach, guess what? OG's getting wide open looks. Deuce McBride is hitting corner threes.
Yep.
Jalen Brunson's running off screen pick and roll plays where he getting other guys open lanes and looks to the basket.
Yep.
Jordan Clarkson starts going off. It's just a domino effect, man. Like one guy, and I think the head of the snake really is JB because when he made the decision that he's going to stop going so heliocentric and he's going to start getting his teammates involved, that's when everything changed, man. You
Right.
know, and like we said in the
100%.
last episode, we talked about how Rick Brunson's dad, the assistant coach, who everyone was giving flack, and he's the coach that I said should have been the coach when the season started. I said, "Yo, Rick Brunson for coach." I remember making that video,
Hmm.
and yo, look at us now, man. Rick Brunson's setting a fire under Jalen Brunson's ass, and the whole team is following suit. And now Mike
Yep.
Brown gets to sit back and say, "Hey, look at my system's doing. Look what I did with the Kings in Sacramento with Sabonis. I'm taking that same playbook and I'm using it with Cat. But guess what? Cat can spread the floor. Cat can shoot a three. You got to see him on the line, and he can play make. What are you gonna
Yep.
do, Nick
You
Nurse?
can't
What are you
stop
gonna
that.
do,
You can't
Quinn
stop
Snyder?
that.
What are you gonna do?
Right.
Straight
Right.
up, yo." And
Yep.
everybody wanted to kill Mike Brown, man. I couldn't stand it. I was giving a
Yeah.
little flack because I wanted to see Sohan play. Just because we got him as an acquisition, Alvarado's getting all these minutes. I want to see what Sohan can do. That's all. But the
Yeah.
rotations have come out. He's changed the rotations. It looks better. I like what I'm seeing. I'm seeing more cohesion. I'm seeing more chemistry. I'm seeing more ball movement. I'm seeing more
Absolutely.
team play. I'm seeing them play like a team and not just a bunch of individuals. Because that's what basketball is. Once you take a bunch of really good players and have them play together, it's no longer 5-on-5. It feels like it's 25-on-5 because the
Yeah.
defense doesn't know where to go. They don't know where the ball is because it keeps getting moved around and swung around like a carousel.
Yeah. That's why I'm not afraid of Oklahoma or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Because they really
They don't have
run
ball
through.
movement like
They
us.
not at all. They don't move the ball. Period. It's SGA and
And JC, I'm gonna say it again. Like, who else is talking about this? Like, we said it here first. I was the first one that said it. I said, "Yo, the Knicks, they got to move the ball. We start moving the ball, get Brunson off the ball, play him more off ball. We'll be set. Cat will take advantage of his situation, and we'll be good." That's exactly what
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah, I've been saying, I've been myself been saying it for many, many years now. He is not from the moment he got here, actually. I said, this man has great handles. And that's the issue here. The fact that he is such a great ball handler and he could dance with it while he's doing it and get inside of any screen, anything that you try to plan and devise against him, that makes him automatically a point guard. Okay, he's 6 foot something. He's short. He could dribble. He has incredible handles. He's a point guard. But the truth is, he's a bucket getter. He needs
Oh
to
yeah.
play off ball. That's why feeding the cat and letting it move around, even when Bridges handles the ball, I don't care. Anybody else can handle the ball. But I want to see Brunson, because Brunson, even though they say all those things about, he can't do this, that, and the third, will still end up with 6 assists at least a night. And he's not the primary. Everybody wants him. This is what they want him to be. I'm gonna say a name. It's almost like a disease. Halliburton,
Oh
right?
yeah.
It's almost like what do you got? I see a boil on your face. Oh, I got the Halliburton. You know what I'm saying? And like everybody wants to see that out of him. I don't want to see that out of him. That would take so much away from his offensive skills if he was a 12 assist guy a night. You know what I'm saying? Like I want him to be who he is, a pure bucket getter, a 3-point shooter, a guy who's not afraid of contact. I want JB is more than the head of the snake. He is the head of the team, right? He is he's the captain of the boat. He is the captain
And
of the
soon he's
crew.
going to be the face of the league, man. He's going to be
Right?
the
No
head of the
doubt
NBA.
about it.
That's what I've
No
been
doubt
saying.
about it.
But yo, Jay, salute to you, man. Thanks for coming on the show. We're going to end it early here, man. We'll probably hop back on in a little bit. I just want to end this real quick, and then we'll get right back into it. We just want to fix a little static issue. So, hey, for everyone who's checking out the video, thanks for tuning in. We'll have some more content coming out for you. So stay tuned, guys. Thanks again.
All right.
And like I
Of course,
said
brother.
before, let's go Knicks.